Good morning. This is Susan, and this is Susan's Ramblings. Today I have some recipes for you. I have a couple that are to start out with, and then we will go into our spice blends and our other things we can make from simple pantry products. The first one is corn pancakes, and I selected this one because we've been talking about substitutes for eggs. And this has a substitute for the eggs. Corn pancakes, 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed plus 3 tablespoons of water. Remember, you take your whole flaxseed and you put it in your spice grinder or your coffee grinder and grind it up. And then you use that. 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 1/4 cups of flour, 1/3 cup of cornmeal, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 1 1/2 cups of milk, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Combine your flaxseed and water, set aside. Wait for 10 minutes. Combine all ingredients, including your flaxseed, after you've waited 10 minutes and mix thoroughly. Grease a medium skillet with cooking spray. Heat over a medium heat. Pour 1/4 cup of batter into the heated pan and cook as you would pancakes. Basic canned spaghetti sauce. 2 quarts of tomatoes, chopped celery, chopped onions, 3 cups of mushrooms sliced, optional, 3 garlic cloves grated, 2 cups of black olives sliced, optional, 2 teaspoons of crushed oregano, 1 bay leaf, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, optional, 1 tablespoon of dried parsley, 1 tablespoon of celery leaves that are minced, 1 cup of tomato paste, and 2 cups of water. Combine all your ingredients in a large stainless steel kettle. Simmer for 2 hours, stirring frequently, until the right consistency is reached. Ladle into hot, sterilized jars, pint jars. Leave a 1/2 inch headspace. Then you process in a boiling water bath for 30 minutes. It's tomatoes, so you can do those in a water bath rather than pressure can it. Pickled garlic. 1 pound of garlic, 1 cup of water, 1 cup of red wine vinegar, and 1 tablespoon of canning salt. Separate the cloves. You should have 3 1/2 cups of cloves when you're done. Peel, but don't mash. Divide between 2 prepared pint jars, 2 hot sterilized jars, or 4 half-pint jars. Boil the vinegar, water, and salt. Ladle the liquid into the jar. Then you water bath for 10 minutes. To use it, crush or slice your clove, add some honey to it, and eat it. It's for an immunity booster. Okay, remember, every time you can something, you wipe your rims of your jars. They should be hot and they should be sterilized first. Then you wipe the rims of your jars with a vinegar rag or paper towel, put on your lid, and only finger tighten the rings. Don't give it an extra push. Fajita Seasoning mix. 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 3/4 teaspoon of crushed chicken bouillon cubes, or use your granules, 1/4 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon cumin. You combine all your ingredients together, mix them thoroughly, and you store in an airtight container. To use for any recipe that uses fajita seasoning, 2 tablespoons equals 1 package of seasoning mix. Chocolate sauce. 1½ cups unsweetened cocoa powder. 2 cups of sugar or a sugar alternate. 1 cup of water. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Combine your water and your cocoa powder in a saucepan. Stir until the cocoa is dissolved. Add your sugar. Bring to a boil. Boil 3 minutes. Remove from the heat. Add your vanilla. Store in a jar in your refrigerator. It will keep for several months. Use it for ice cream or on any kind of dessert you want. Outback Steakhouse style steak seasoning. It's a copycat one. 4 to 6 teaspoons of salt to your taste. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. 4 teaspoons of paprika. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, more or less. 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. 1/2 teaspoon of coriander. Combine all your ingredients, mix thoroughly, rub into both sides of your steak. This makes enough for 4 steaks. Texas Roadhouse honey butter. 1 cup of butter softened, which is 2 sticks. 1 cup of honey. 1 cup of powdered sugar. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Mix all together and you store in a jar. Use on toast, bread, pancakes, or French toast. I love it on pancakes or French toast. Seasoning salt. 2 tablespoons of salt. 1 tablespoon of sugar. 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. 1/4 teaspoon of cornstarch. Combine all ingredients, mix thoroughly, store in a clean spice jar. Use as you would for any seasoned salt. Italian seasoning mix. I know we're given some of these recipes 2 or 3 times. You have to decide which one you like the best. 3 tablespoons of dried basil. 3 tablespoons of dried oregano. 3 tablespoons of dried parsley. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. 1 teaspoon of dried thyme. 1 teaspoon of dried rosemary. 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper. Do just like you do any of your other seasoning blends. Taco seasoning. 1/2 cup of chili powder. 1/4 cup of onion powder. 1/8 cup of cumin. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. 1 tablespoon of paprika. 1 tablespoon of salt. Cayenne pepper to taste. Combine all your ingredients, you mix thoroughly and store in a jar. To use, 2 tablespoons for each pound of ground meat. Dry onion soup mix. 2/3 cup of diced dried onion. 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. That would really be something else, wouldn't it? 3 teaspoons of dried parsley. 2 teaspoons of onion powder. 2 teaspoons of turmeric. 1 teaspoon of celery salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of sugar. To use, 4 tablespoons of the mix will equal 1 packet of soup mix. Self-rising flour. 1 cup of all-purpose flour. 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This will equal 1 cup of self-rising flour. Another seasoned salt one. Like I said, you're going to have to decide which one you like the best. 3 tablespoons of salt. 1 tablespoon of celery salt. 1 tablespoon of paprika. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of sugar. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, more or less as desired. 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. Combine all ingredients, mix thoroughly, store in an airtight container. Remember, you leave enough headspace in there to shake the contents before you use it. Kentucky Fried Chicken style seasoning mix. Copycat again. 2 tablespoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic salt, 1 tablespoon of thyme, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 2 cups of flour, 4 tablespoons of paprika, 1 tablespoon of dried mustard, 1 tablespoon of dried basil, crushed, and 1 tablespoon of ground ginger. Combine all your ingredients and mix thoroughly. To use, dip your chicken in egg and then in your seasoning mix. Fry in a hot oil, 375 degrees, or bake in a 350 degrees oven until it tests done, which is 165 degrees internal temperature. Chili powder. 2 tablespoons of paprika, 2 teaspoons of oregano, 1 1/4 teaspoon cumin, 1 1/4 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 1/4 teaspoon cayenne pepper. Mix all ingredients together thoroughly and store in an airtight container. Savory steak seasoning mix. 4 tablespoons of kosher salt, 2 tablespoons of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of paprika, 2 tablespoons of celery seed, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of nutmeg. Then again, same as before, combine all your ingredients and mix thoroughly, store in an airtight container. Be sure to shake well before using all of these seasoning mixes. You should shake them well before you use them, and it can be used on all types of meat. Homemade sweetened condensed milk, 1 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of water, 1/3 cup of butter, and 1/3 cup dry powdered milk. Combine your sugar, water, and butter in a saucepan. Bring to a boil, stirring constantly. Cool slightly. Put the sugar mix in a blender, add dry milk, and blend until smooth. See if I can get it to come in now. In focus here. There we go. Cream fraîche, which is French for sour cream. 1 cup of buttermilk, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Place all your ingredients in a glass jar. Cover tightly. Shake the jar well until all ingredients are thoroughly combined. Leave your jar on the counter overnight and refrigerate in the morning. Homemade sour cream. 1/4 cup milk, 1 cup of heavy cream, 3/4 teaspoon of vinegar. Combine the milk and the vinegar. Let it stand for 10 minutes. Pour the heavy cream into a jar. Add the milk vinegar mix. Cap tightly and shake well until all ingredients are combined. Let stand at room temperature for 24 hours and chill before using. Heavy cream temperature substitute. 2/3 cup whole milk, 1/3 cup melted butter. Mix them thoroughly, and this will equal 1 cup of heavy cream. Catalina French dressing. 1/2 cup of water, 1/2 cup of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of grated onion or 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, and salt and pepper to taste. Place your water, olive oil, grated onion, red wine vinegar, tomato paste, ketchup, brown sugar, and paprika in a mason jar. Cover and shake, it says, until everything is thoroughly combined. Make ahead of time so the flavor will be well blended. French dressing. 1 cup sugar, 1/3 cup of ketchup, 1/3 cup of vinegar. Oops, got this wrong. 1/3 teaspoon of celery seed. 1/2 teaspoon of garlic salt. 1/2 teaspoon of onion salt. 1 teaspoon of paprika. And it should be 1 cup of olive oil. Where we are. There we go. Olive oil. Place all ingredients except the oil in a blender. Blend it until smooth. Drizzle the oil into the blender while still running and blend until it's well combined. Store in the refrigerator. French vanilla coffee creamer. 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. 1 1/4 cups of whole milk. 3 teaspoons of vanilla. Combine all your ingredients. Mix thoroughly. Store in a glass jar in the refrigerator and use within 1 week. I love this one, but I can't use it up fast enough. Roadhouse cinnamon sugar. 1 stick of butter, cinnamon butter. 1 stick of butter softened. 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. 1/4 cup of honey. 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. Combine all ingredients, mix thoroughly, store in a covered jar, and use on toast. Dumplings. 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, pinch of salt, 2 eggs beaten, and milk. Combine the flour, baking powder, salt, and eggs. Add just enough milk to make a stiff batter. Drop by teaspoonfuls into the hot broth. Cook 20 minutes covered. Do not remove the cover while cooking. And that's it for the day. God bless you. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.